What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Football Card Quest. Andy here. I've got your questions. I've got a mailbag full of questions. Hope you enjoyed the first couple games last night. Not a whole lot of stars, but we did get to see some Daniel Jones, some Wan'Dale Robinson, some Saquon Barkley. We also got to see Malik Willis on the Tennessee Titans. That was exciting. So we're going to do some instant kind of reactions and price analysis around that. I've also got information on 2022 rookie premier cards and other new 2022 sets coming out. Jonathan Taylor cards may or may not pop in here with us, but he wants me to elaborate on some of those Colts wide receivers, give a prediction on those guys. I'm going to explain the difference between 2020 rookie ticket autos and the retro looks. We're going to talk about the difference in value between a card numbered out of 10 and a card numbered out of 75. Let's say a card numbered out of 10 without an auto and a card numbered out of 75 with the sticker auto. So we're going to look at stuff like that. We talk about print lines, exclusive inserts, and there are some cards that came out from Panini throughout the Nationals that have some of these franchise future Hall of Fame players in their new team uniforms. So we're going to look at that as well. A lot of fun topics to dig into this morning. I'm fired up. How you guys doing today? Good morning to you, 402. Justice already popping in with a heater here. What do you think of Jordan Love? Yeah, so I was reading the reports earlier before this live stream. All right. Head coach Matt LaFleur said Aaron Rodgers would not play against the 49ers or in the second preseason game against the Saints. Jordan Love will get the starting nod. And Jordan Love has been having a good camp so far. We know there's a lot of hype steaming up for Romeo Doubs. And Christian Watson is coming back from an injury. So, yeah, man, I think that this presents a very interesting flip opportunity for Jordan Love. And Jordan Love is one of those guys who probably has a pretty decent population of graded cards. You obviously got the full assortment from 2020 in terms of variety. Probably going to have around 4,000 different rookie cards. So it'll be interesting. You could probably find some pretty rare stuff on Jordan Love. In fact, let's pull up the chart real quick on Jordan Love just to see what the movement has been, see if there's been really any change. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. And let's look at this. All right, so we look at Jordan Love here. We could pull up his base Prism PSA 10. Yeah, I mean, solid population report of over 1,500, 1,589, 52-week low, $18. Currently, the trend is about $40. So this card is definitely up. If we look at the 1 year trend, he had more hype coming into last season because there were rumors that Rodgers wasn't going to make it back on the Packers and Jordan Love would then start. And so you can obviously see that cooled off after that. And, currently this card at $40, that tells me that there is some potential preseason flip opportunity if he plays well here in the preseason. We've seen some flashes of greatness from him. But the thing is, it would be very, very short-lived because there's not an expectation of him starting the season. So there's literally no future performance expectation of him this year unless the Packers trade him, which doesn't seem likely at this point, right? We could look at real quick 2020 and just see what the latest transactions look like. So we'll go down here to sold transactions on the left-hand side for 2020 Jordan Love. And, I mean, today is August 12th, so there's already been a couple transactions this morning. SGC 9, White, Select Concourse. So you can definitely see there's going to continue to be a few transactions for Jordan Love because he's got that draft pedigree. He's got some athletic upside. There's someone bought a Kaboom yesterday for $340. So I definitely think this, if you're getting in at the right price point, presents an interesting flip opportunity here in the next two preseason games because we're going to get quite a bit of Jordan Love action in the first couple quarters of each of the next two preseason games. What is going on? Broncos, Bosquin, 2022. Okay. Yep. I'll get to that here in a little bit. Boss Green Gaming. We got, I got a full mailbag full of questions that I want to get to. What percentage of skill position players have confirmed heads? I love it. Yes. Yeah. There's only a certain amount of players that have confirmed heads. Not all players have level heads on their shoulders. We could talk about that. We could definitely talk about that. Zach Wilson looks the part this year. Is he more than just a flip this year? Oof, man, that's a tough pill to swallow. Tough pill to swallow there, Tony. But we can definitely dig into some more advanced analysis and next-gen stats around Zach Wilson, his outlook for this year, what's going on, AB, Andrew Perry. Oh, there's my man, Taylor Cards, the former Jonathan Taylor super collector turned Alec Pierce super collector in the house. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing all right, man. Miserable start to the morning. I'm pushing off work right now, but you already know it's Friday, so the vibes are high.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you, man. That's no, it's great. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're getting in some quest action here. And we got a full mailbag, man. Full mailbag. A lot of questions from the people. And the first one is from Gas on the Patreon Discord server. And he wants to know if it's a good idea to have any 2022 rookie premier cards like an Alec Pierce, Romeo Doubs, Kenny Pickett, just in case they play well. And I would argue that last night we saw Malik Willis play pretty well. I mean, the way that guy composes himself in the pocket under pressure, the way he scrambles, his athletic rushing ability is legit. I mean, like just the grace that he has, like if a guy's going for his knees and his ankles, he has that like just awareness, that total body awareness to kind of just like jump over him kind of thing. And, I don't know. I was really impressed by his initial performance last night. Sean, what say you?
He gave me Vince Young vibes. I don't know if you remember, but when he came on the scene, he was electric as well. I enjoyed watching Malik Willis. I think he does have a bright future ahead of him. But like, maybe you could pull up the trends. What were his sales looking like? Did anyone buy his cards last night impulsively? Like, I don't think he's gonna see the year. I don't think he'll see the field this year. But if you want to wait till the hype on him maybe disappears after preseason, during the season, target him on the low. Yeah, who knows? I think it's an interesting one.
Yeah, and
especially if it's like a short print serial numbered card.
Right. Yeah, and he's got a lot of cards printed right now. College uniforms. These Panini Instant Rookie Premier cards are interesting because he is in a pro uniform. And some of them are serial numbered. I want to see if there were, like, I saw a transaction yesterday. You saw there on a base one for $10. It doesn't seem like there's many of them. Yeah, like this one went back to June 1st for $5. So I was digging a little bit more into these rookie. Like if we just look at 2022 Malik Willis, for example, and like a greater scope of what sold for him yesterday and today, you can already see there's quite a few transactions that are all over the place. Cool. Yeah, so here's one that they've already got out that does have a Titans logo on it. This is from Premier. There's Cracked Ice, 21 out of 25. Someone took for around $100. Yeah, this is a lot of August 12th transactions, man. These are all August 12th transactions. So you can see preseason hype is real, even though you're right. I mean, unless Ryan Tannehill gets injured during the season, Malik Willis is probably not going to play.
I'm assuming all those like best offer accepted, those were probably impulse buys by people that wanted it like now, sent an offer and the seller was like sitting there waiting for it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
But like, here's the thing, right? Like, Ryan Tannehill is like a durable quarterback. Like the last time he got hurt, I think it was like a freak ACL tear or something. And I don't know if that like really happens to quarterbacks that often, especially now when it's like, you can't even land on the quarterback as a defensive player tackling them. Like they really protect QBs nowadays. So it's one of those positions where Like, the only way he's going to play, I think, is, unless Tannehill goes down or is, like, really bad out of the gate and Malik Willis continues to play like this during the preseason.
Yeah. So I was looking into, and I was talking to Steve last week about getting these rookie premier cards, and I was talking to another guy on my DMs of Instagram, and he showed me a few autographed ones. He's like, you get them directly from the Panini website. Steve said you get them directly from the Panini website with your rewards points. And I've seen, some of these rookie premier cards that are serial numbered and autographed. And I'm like, that's pretty cool, because we talked about the struggles of getting, these rookies in their pro uniforms and having something that, like, looks.
So I'm guessing it would be something like that, but it would have an autograph and be serial numbered.
Yeah, like these have serial numbers. So if you look at this James Cook that sold, and it didn't sell
but
for,
it's still
obviously,
like 818. I don't even know if there's going to be 800 people that want that card.
That's a good question. Yeah. Not at the moment, but we never know what kind of preseason he has. We definitely see how sensitive the market is to performance. Wandale has definitely become a viable, like, that's one of my other takeaways from the Giants game, is Wandale Robinson is definitely viable in fantasy football. He was out there for virtually every single snap of the first team offense. And I think they're obviously scheming him around the formation. He's going to be a very interesting player to watch, potential flip this season, especially as we know rookies tend to ascend towards the second half of the season as they get comfortable in the offense and at the pace of the NFL and everything.
Yeah. Panini Instant is like an interesting one, right? I know certain collectors that won't touch it. Like they'll wait it out until like one of the more brand name cards, I guess, are printed. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they've made a few different variations, and I tried finding any on the Panini website. They're not available
like a
on there anymore. Yeah, it's like a tie-dye, cracked ice type of look. This is also numbered out of 5. Finally, okay, I found one with a picture of the back. You could see the serial numbers just, it's printed on there. It's not engraved or stamped in there like you have on the normal NFL cards. But these present some really interesting opportunities, and I think they are very, very viable. I'm not looking at them for anything long-term, but I think short-term, it's absolutely potential to flip these. You can see people are buying them. Here we go. Here's a Breece Hall, and this is pretty much how the autographs came out. There's one of Romeo Doubs I saw sell for $250. This one, and they're numbered out of 10. So here we go. Okay, we found a bunch
stickers. Yeah,
they're sticker autos with the picture.
I can't believe it.
Yep.
They're digging into the stockpile of sticker autos for these instant cards.
Yeah,
they got to save them for the Prism.
They've been watching our videos, and I guess they anticipate to get the athletes to sign more. They got the picture from the premier event. They got them to sign a book of stickers, and they went to the factory and hot express some cards, and you got the Panini seal on it, and we got a printed serial number of 5 of 10 on the back. This sold for $400.
Sheesh.
$400 this sold for.
Sheesh. That's wild.
2 days ago. So yeah, I mean they're viable. I would look though for these ones that are serial numbered. I know that they're maybe more expensive, but even the ones without the autograph that are serial numbered on the back, I like those a lot better than these ones that aren't, because I just see these having a real hard time getting up above $10, $20, even if it is that player's getting some hype. I find it a very hard time for him to get up above that. I just don't think there's that brand loyalty, that trust there that these are nice cards. I kind of want to buy one. I'm going to have to buy some. Sean, I don't know what you think about this. I'm gonna buy a couple that are pretty cheap just to have them so I can feel them, see what they feel like.
Okay. I mean, hey, if you're gonna do a little research and development on behalf of the quest, I can't stop you from doing that, right? But me personally, I probably won't be touching those. They almost, I don't know. I remember us mentioning like, oh, they need to like print these cards ahead of time. I was hoping it would be like maybe more chrome and not paper based. You know, like give me something shiny maybe. I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
Well,
But
and that's the thing. So pretty soon, within
it is the
7 days,
first.
already confirmed, you're going to have Mosaic draft picks, which is going to be a
Mm.
licensed college uniform product, but it's going to have all the hottest 2022 rookies in it. You're going to have Panini Prism draft picks. That's going to be out soon. I got a date from Steel City of September 16th. And then you're going to have select draft picks as well. That's going to be released. So they've definitely extended new sets for 2022 draft picks. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, between Chronicles and now Mosaic and Select and Prism. I mean, I remember when it was just Prism, and now you can see they've already got Elements and Elite scheduled for 2022. And so Elite and Elements and Gold Standard are going to be your first three sets, like real deal sets that have the 2022 rookies in pro uniforms. But it looks like, I mean, they're ready, and then Black behind that, Score behind that. So they're ready to ramp up, you know, some 2022 uniform product, and it's gonna you know, increase the variation quite a bit, and it's gonna push those rookie premier cards down. So like if you get a rookie premier card, it's like immediately as soon as you open that thing, list it.
I was gonna say I'm interested to see what those checklists are gonna what they're gonna look like. That's for sure.
Hey, what's going on? We got JJ Bama in the house. Our guy Derek, Broncos 05. Yeah, I want to talk about some 2022 Russell Wilson's Denver Broncos cards that Broncos 05 pointed out here. Shout out to Siggy out there.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Oh, he's got his orange. Is that an orange parallel?
Yeah, top
platinum. Nice. Very nice.
It gives me like Prism vibes, like in hand, with like the little dots at the bottom and the border. I don't know. I can see like if I found out 5 years from now that like Prism was like completely inspired off of this set, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised either. Great question by Jets. Crazy here. I will touch on that. I starred you. I got 4 questions starred. I'm going to touch on here in a few minutes. Dan Riley from the YouTube community page wanted us to touch on the difference and importance of a 2020 Contenders rookie ticket auto versus the 2000 retro rookie ticket auto RPS from the same set. And Sean, the main difference here to me is just flat out scarcity, brother.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I'm not mistaken, I think the throwback ones are numbered pretty low.
That's the thing. So the base 2020 rookie ticket auto is a short print insert within the overall Contender set. But those retro ones, first, this is the 2000 look. So this is Tom Brady's rookie year, super iconic design. And you can see, yes, they are numbered out of 25, numbered out of 20. I think they even have one numbered out of 10. So they're incredibly rare. They're all going to be very, very rare. So those are going to be super rare inserts from the Contender set. And they're all going to have quite a bit of value. In fact, I think this person right here that got this J.K. Dobbins, if he bounces back 100% from that injury, that's a deal. Someone got a deal right there.
But that was July 31st. I guarantee you when it was like he was announced on the pup list or something versus now he's like, activated and practicing with the ones.
So, it looks like he's going to be ready to go week 1, which is exciting for Baltimore fans.
Yeah, look, that's a regular one that just sold for 51.
There you go. Yeah, regular one for 51. But now we're in a preseason hype cycle. Big difference, right, Sean?
Yeah, 11 days.
Yeah, people are even buying Denzel Mims for $5. Old Mims. We got to keep a light on for Mims out there. You never know.
You never know.
So in 2021, they did the same thing. But what I've noticed is now they're going up a year. So if you look at the retro design from 2021, this is the 2001 design. So
Yeah, they're just going 20 years back.
Yeah, they're just going 20 years back, which is cool because I love these designs. Now we're talking about Drew Brees rookie year. So you have iconic Hall of Fame players that have rookie ticket autos with the design, and they've created a super rare insert within the new contender set. So yeah, these are going to be chase cards. These are going to be grail cards for a lot of people. Like if I had the budget to buy like a T. Higgins or a Gabriel Davis, or Justin Jefferson from 2020.
You want the throwback.
Yeah, man, I'd pay up. I'd get the throwback because a lot of these are numbered out of 10. They're going to be considered gold, and they have that incredible retro design.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. You have no objection out of me on that one. I do think these are the better looking ones also. But that could be the nostalgia tugging at me a little bit.
Yeah, who doesn't love some good nostalgia, man?
Yeah,
So ML from the community page said, which would hold more value, a card non-autographed numbered out of 10 or one numbered out of 75 but with an autograph, sticker autograph? All else being equal, let's say equal condition, let's say a grade of 9. So you've got a
rookie, both rookie.
Yeah, we're gonna say rookie as well. So I've kind of pulled up some price analysis. I've pulled up a couple cards that are numbered out of 10 just to give us an idea. Like, I'm trying to
take the gold.
You're gonna take the gold out of 10?
100%. 100%. Especially because like a lot of people like sticker autos. I guess they don't really like them as nearly as much as like an on-card auto. But we're going from what you said, 75 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a much more scarce card, and all else equal. Yeah, like I would take the numbered out of 10. Usually that's a gold parallel, so I'm assuming it's gold. But even if it's not, 10 is super short print, and I would rather have the 10. But like, for example, I guess if like we're talking about like an actual product versus like the out of 10 is like a Panini instant, then that kind of changes the question. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like at that point, I would rather have the 75. But like if we're talking about like that Trey Sermon Rookie Kings gold, I would rather have that than like Legacy out of 75 auto.
Yeah, like RPA out of 75, sticker auto. It's a plain napkin patch, so that definitely has an effect on it. But I'm with you because gold is arguably the hottest short print parallel serial number card in the hobby. And there's people that collect golds of every NFL player. It doesn't matter if you're relevant or not. They just want it because it's numbered out of 10 and it's gold. And numbered out of 75, there's a lot more numbered out of 75 cards today than there were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So it's, they don't quite hold the same value.
Agreed. 100%. And like you have to think about it. The guy that is looking for an out of 75 could settle for an out of 99 or maybe pay up a little and get an out of 50 or 25. Like he has options, right? But if someone's rainbow chasing or wants like a card that's out of 10, like there's only 10 of them. So you're dealing with something that inherently has a lot more value, I think.
Yeah, you're just getting into an upper echelon of card. There's just a big difference there between numbered out of 10 and numbered out of 75, because you're right. I like that point, because numbered out of 75 could definitely be lumped in with numbered out of 99, 149, 199, 299. And so you kind of get lumped into that just general serial number category. And it's like, it's a sticker auto. And if it's not checking a bunch of other boxes as well, I think in most cases that gold out of 10 or numbered out of 10 is definitely going to be more valuable.
Yeah, there's always going to be a demand for a card that's out of 10. Like, even if the player absolutely flops, you never know. Like, someone will be looking for that card.
Yeah. So this past week, we saw our highest mark of graded card auction volume on eBay at 1,155 auctions for graded football cards closed out on Monday, and we're still seeing this trend of an incredible amount of auctions closing out on Monday over any other day of the week. The buy it now volume has stayed steady, even though prices continue to creep up for a lot of players. It's still led by Herbert, Burrow. Tua's got a clear third place lead now over Hurts, as his kind of training camp hype has not been anywhere near of what the clips are from Tua, throwing those deep bombs down the field to Tyreek and stuff. So yeah. Speaking of graded cards, Sean, this question is from Roddy VFX. I think he's out there in the chat too. So shout out to you, Roddy. Do print lines affect the grade of a card? He sees a lot of mosaic cards have print lines.
So I'm going to say, yeah. From my experience, they do hurt you. So if they're on the back, you might get away with it a little bit more than if they're on the front, because I think eye appeal gets dragged up based on that. But generally speaking, yeah, anything like print lines is going to hurt you on surface, which is going to hurt you on overall grades.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think there's some cards like the Kaboom, for example, has that designed print line at the top.
Yes.
I see some like Dragon Scale cards, like a lot of Dragon Scale cards have those distinct print lines in them. I think that's the one case where it may not hurt you. If every card has that same print line, then it's like, okay, well then it's not gonna it shouldn't affect the grade. But otherwise, yeah, that's absolutely something. Like I've seen cards that just kind of look like they're either scored or scratched, or it's like it was coming out of the printing machine and it was just, I don't know. I see that sometimes on optic cards with chrome finishes, contenders optics, that kind of thing. That's definitely going to affect, because that's a surface issue.
Yeah, it's like when they go through the processor, I guess, like the wheels or whatever's spinning the card just like scratches it on the way through, and then you're kind of stuck with that. But I guess if it's on all of them, then it's like a known issue. Then yeah, they usually will let it slide. Like with the Kabooms, if you see any 10s, they usually have like a fat print line going along the top. So I don't know. I guess Panini was like, we can't not give a 10 if they all have this problem.
So Sean, when it comes to your collection, how do you determine whether or not to send a card in for grading? This is a question from Steve Lafser on the YouTube community page.
The $1 million question. So I don't know. Personally, a lot of my cards are raw, and that's just because I do enjoy like really looking at them. And sometimes I feel like the slabs that I do have, like if they have a scratch or something on them, you can't really appreciate the card for how nice it is. So I will tend to keep my stuff raw, but the ones that I do send in for grading, I guess, are the ones that I would be ready to let go of. Yeah, like if I'm sending it in to get graded, I might be okay selling it after the fact, right? Because if you're grading it, you're obviously hoping to get a 9 or a 10, hoping to increase the value of the card. Otherwise, there's no real reason to grade it.
Yeah, we want 10s here, baby.
we
want to get that 10, get that ultimate boost, And,
but I don't think you lose money on a 9, right? Like usually you can pass off the cost of grading with a 9.
No, but definitely 110s. Like, so for me, I'm ultimately looking for cards that I can get a 10. Like I'm scrutinizing the hell out of my cards, at looking at the corners, the edges, and then working my way in, then looking at the surface at all different light angles. If you really shine your card and look closely.
Oh yeah. You gotta get one of these.
Yeah, man. And you can see blemishes. And if there's a blemish, like, I'm not even bothering, because there's such a huge market for raw cards, and there are a lot of people that prefer cards raw. They don't want to have to mess with the whole grading system, and that's perfectly fine. And so I would say, though, when you're deciding on when to buy a raw card versus with the intent to grade it versus trying to just buy a graded card, like if I'm investing into a graded card, a lot of times like quarterbacks, for example, if I'm going to try and get in on a quarterback based on my budget level, I'm going to look at more of their base cards, maybe base rated rookie or base prism, base optic rated rookie, but it's graded in a high condition. So, if you're targeting some more of these base cards, then that's when it becomes, in my opinion, even more important to target a PSA 10, BGS 10, if possible, SGC 10, CSG 10, that kind of thing, because that's what sets it apart in that situation from a sea of other base optic rated rookies out there, for example, especially on ultra modern. When you go back a few years, there's all of a sudden some inherent scarcity. There's a lot more scarcity just on a base rated rookie and a base prism than there is today.
Yeah. Well said, Derek. Well said in the chat. And then I do agree with Jets Crazy. If you can go to a show, buy in person this way. But even then, like, unless you're really looking at that thing with a loupe, like under the show natural lights, it's kind of tough to tell if a card, like I saw someone at National buy like a raw card. They swore it was going to gem. They got like a 7 or an 8. And I was just like, oh my God, like that's funny. But what do you do? Like you look at a card, you think it looks great. There might be print lines on the back that you don't notice, or I don't know. But that's usually how she goes. You win some, you lose some.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of winning and losing, Voodoo Rage has a question from the YouTube community page. Voodoo Rage is one of the biggest Bills fans that I know. Shout out to Lenny out there in Bills Mafia country. His question is Silverback Gorilla versus Grizzly Bear. Which one wins? It's a tough one.
This was I saw this video. I forget who they asked this question to, or no, George Kittle, I think, asked it back to the reporters. He goes, who would win in a fight, a silverback gorilla or a grizzly bear? And he goes, anyone that said silverback gorilla, get out of the room. And he was like, grizzly bears are absolutely massive and would destroy a silverback gorilla. And you know what? George Kittle is a better man than I. So who am I to disagree with him? I'm on Team Grizzly Bear.
Man, it's a tough
give me those
one
claws,
because,
man. Give me those claws.
Yeah, those claws. So if it's a mother grizzly bear and her babies are being threatened, that's when, like, I think that makes them even more dangerous. So I guess I would need a little bit more context.
Put both the families in the rafters, my friend. It don't matter. Grizzly bears in 4.
Man, it's gonna be a fight. That would be that would be a heavyweight fight.
I saw a silverback gorilla lose a fight to its reflection. It couldn't figure out who he was looking at. So
oh boy,
yeah,
wow.
I'm gonna side with the grizzly bear here, man.
Okay,
I'm going to. I mean, granted, silverback gorillas are like freak strength and whatnot. I'm obviously, being kind of, joking in the manner I'm saying all this.
Yeah,
we'll never know the answer to that question, I don't think. But yeah.
I'm searching Vegas odds on silverback gorilla versus grizzly bear.
Oh man!
Let's see if I can find anything. So let's look at the next question here. So okay, a silverback gorilla's arms are longer in comparison to a bear. That gives him an advantage in reach on a grizzly bear, but that's it. Grizzly bears are taller than a silverback. They literally have a whole website that's dedicated to this called Animal
taller,
Height.
Stronger, faster, everything except reach. So unless you're telling me that this silverback gorilla has one shot and it has to land square in the face, otherwise, oh wow, that thing looks so menacing. I mean,
so there's a whole website dedicated to this called animalhype.com, and this is interesting, man. I didn't realize there was so much study into who would win in the fight between a grizzly bear and a silverback gorilla. Let's see what their consensus was on this article.
I'm taking the grizzly bear. Yeah.
So,
would you take Trent Williams or Ray Lewis in a fight? Who would you take?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking Trent Williams. Give me the big fella.
Trent Williams, a massive human being.
Well, bears are massive animals.
I'd love to hear you guys' opinion in the chat. Let's get a little poll going. But we're gonna get back onto on the football cards here. So yeah, I want to talk about these Russell Wilson cards in the Broncos uniform. There is a question here from Swamp Donkey Off Grid. Are there any guys for exclusive inserts regarding Prism Football, for example? And I would say go to www.tcdb.com and then go to filters on here. Pull up a player like Travis Etienne, for example. Go to filters and go to the brands here. Go to Panini Prism, and then you can just filter by inserts, and you'll look at all, and you'll be able to see all the exclusive inserts. So not sets, set types, and go to inserts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be careful with this though. Like, you don't want to go out there and just buy like the Prism breaks and like they're cool looking cards, the fireworks and everything. I have a bunch myself. They're beautiful cards, but they're not gonna sell nearly as much as like its base, base card version that has like. So like, let's say you have like the fireworks insert, Travis Etienne fireworks gold out of 10. It's not going to sell for nearly as much as his true gold rookie card, which is just, the plain Prism card.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you're thinking of investing, I would probably try and find like a serial number normal card versus like insert. But I do love, I do love them.
I agree. And you can go here, tradingcarddatabase.com, tcdb.com, and you can get an idea of all the different exclusive inserts into the Prism set for any given player, and that'll tell you just what's out there. And then from there, you can actually go and see what's available in the marketplace, and understanding that those value differences. But look, check this out, Sean. We've got cards of Russell Wilson in the Broncos uniform, Panini National, and you were at the National. Did you see these cards at the show? What's your opinion on these Panini Nationals here?
Dude, so like I got there, I was only there for Thursday, and because of work, I got there later than I would have liked, and the show ended at 6, and I hadn't realized that like at 6 p.m., like on a dime, everything just stops. So like you get kind of overwhelmed, and I was there in 3 hours, 4 hours, it flies by. And so like, no, I didn't. I wanted to buy some of those packs. I did not have a chance to. But it looks like I dodged a bullet because I've been seeing videos where some people pull some absolute fire, and then the other side where people get absolutely hosed and like they're just pulling paper after paper after paper. So I don't know. Is this a foil card though? Like I was gonna ask you. I can't really tell.
Is it a what?
A foil card.
Oh, like, it does have a shine to the front of it, but it doesn't look foil. No, it just looks like kind of like a prestige or something. It doesn't look foil.
Yeah, so I mean these cards are great, I guess, for flipping opportunity like early in the season. But I mean once they start releasing stuff with Broncos uniform, I wouldn't be surprised if that card is worth like $1.
So check this out. This dude's got Prestige 2022. And it does have Russ here in a Broncos uniform. Would you buy this? Now, see, this is not serial numbered, but I'm curious. I'm going to watch this because this ends tomorrow night, and I have a really hard time finding any other cards of him in Broncos uniform. I want to see what this ends at, but this is not serial numbered. The one from the National set is serial numbered out of 99, and it's $15. So I think like, here's a blue one numbered out of 50. This is the one that Broncos 05 was actually talking about. And I mean, I think this is very interesting, especially with that revenge game week 1 against the Seahawks. Like, I mean, if this is only ending for a few dollars here, this orange one out of 199, these things are really interesting to me. I think I would throw some flyers out there on them.
I'm so mad that they didn't like print him in Broncos stuff for the chrome ones. It appears like they just didn't. Like they kept him in Seahawks for the gold VIP packs, and then the silver ones, they were like, all right, we'll put him in Broncos uniform for that. Which is kind of funny to me. But yeah, like something like this, the out of 50, I think that one might be scarce enough where I would probably take a flyer on it. If I could get in on that one for like $10 all in. That would be ideal. Maybe list it for $25. Buy it now. Make a quick little, buy now or best offer. Accept a $20 offer. Boom, double up.
I can already see people are buying these. We've got 3 transactions the last 3 days. The transactions on these will probably heat up. There's big demand
but
for a guy
that
of his
Prestige
caliber.
one. Can you see that one selling for more than $10?
Which one?
The Prestige 2022.
Non-numbered? No, not really. No.
Like $5, $10. Like, I think that's like the absolute highest that card would probably sell for. I think.
Yeah. So and Andrew Perry has some interesting anecdotal evidence here. He's got a Kyler Red VIP National Rookie out of 25. He can't seem to sell it. He can't buy into the national cards because the demand long term just isn't there, and that's important. If you can't sell it, it's not liquid, then that is no bueno. Something that's from an investment standpoint.
Is the Kyler one like? Is there like anything to it? Is it like chrome, shiny? I don't.
It's numbered out of 25, and it's a rookie apparently. So, and it's red. Yeah. Those are interesting factors for sure. So the TCDB number is variations. It's not total card total printed. It's the total number of different cards printed, right? So it'll give you the breakdown depending on year, set, that kind of thing. You have all those filters. You can break it down as much as you want. It does not incorporate any type of grading population. It's just simply that card total number is the number of different variations, So it includes all the inserts, all the color parallels, all the photo variations from each set. Oh, he says it's got a red shimmer, which sounds like that would be.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, man.
How much are you asking, Andrew Perry? I may be interested.
Yeah, there you go. You guys work up a deal. And you could do it offline in our Discord server, our program, patreon.com/footballcards. Sean, you want to give us a testimonial about the value that you get from our membership?
I think you get your money's worth. I think I'm in like the highest tier, right? Whatever the $20 one is. But yeah, so like I think I get my money's worth with just the Jarritos web app. Like if nothing else existed, no videos, no nothing, that web app alone is probably like 90% of the value, especially because you get it at any of the levels. So like if you sign up at $6, you get it, and I would it's just as good as Card Ladder. I'm willing to say that. Maybe it doesn't look as pretty, but efficiency wise, like it gets the job done very, very well. The Discord, that's just gravy on top right there. You got a great group of guys in there, me included, and I don't know, it's a no-brainer. How could you not join the quest?
Yeah, so check it out, guys. Link is in the description or patreon.com/footballcards. Appreciate that testimonial, Shant. And Kyle Quad 4, brand new to the hobby. Yeah, he wants to start buying and flipping. Well, the first thing I would say is, study, go back, and we've created over 350 videos now at this point on football cards specifically. So definitely subscribe, stay tuned. If you want that, you want to really accelerate your learning curve and get connected directly into the best of the best with like basically a 24/7 chat room of guys that are diehard football card investors, flippers that have had a ton of success, then check out that Patreon membership. Sean, any words of advice for our new guy here, Kyle Quad 4?
I mean, personal collection, you should start with your favorite team and your favorite players and try and find stuff that's within your budget, and definitely do your research before buying anything, unless it's like, I guess like a $5 card and you just really want it, fine, buy it. But if you're going to spend some real money, definitely do your research, like make sure you're not getting absolutely fleeced. And in terms of buying and flipping, do even more research before you buy to flip than you would for your personal collection, right? Because like personal collection, you're buying from an emotional standpoint. You're going to keep that card forever. It shouldn't really matter how much you spend, though, like within limits. But Yeah, if you're buying a flip, you got to get in low, and so you have some wiggle room if it doesn't really work out in your favor.
So one of the most polarizing investment players, I think there's guys that there's a diehard community that super collect Tua Tagovailoa, and then there's also a diehard group of people that invest in him because they think he's going to be fantastic, and this year should be the best ever. What's your stance on Tua right now? Buy, sell, hold, avoid? What's your stance on Tua?
Let me see. I'm looking at the sell sheet real quick. I have the Dolphins with 2 guaranteed wins, one against the Jets week 5, one against the Texans week 12. I have 6 losses that I'm pretty confident that they're going to lose, and then 9 games that are toss-ups. They have a really tough early schedule, right? So if they beat the Patriots week 1, his cards could go up. If they get slaughtered by the Patriots week 1, his cards will go down. Because then they play the Ravens and the Bills right after that. And then the Bengals after that. So they wouldn't get their first win, hypothetically, until the Jets in week 5. And I gave them the benefit of the doubt against the Bengals, which I don't even think I should be doing. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think if you have him and you got in super cheap, you obviously hold it while you see how the preseason shakes out. Because what if he throws a couple deep bombs next week, the week after? His cards are probably going to continue to go up if that happens. But
very true. I think it's going to be totally hinging on whether or not he can lead this team to wins. Yes. You've got improved weapons. You've got improved coaching. You've got improved offensive line. Can you lead this team to some final scoring drive wins? Because these are going to be close battles. They're in week 1, the Patriots. I mean, this is going to be a close battle. This is not going to be a blowout on either side. I would be completely shocked if it didn't come down to a very close game. And if he can win, then all of a sudden we're going to see him continue to appreciate, even if maybe he throws a pick in the game. If he has an overall decent game and he's continuing to win with the Dolphins, I think he'll appreciate. But like you said, very difficult schedule. The AFC is a gauntlet of loaded roster talent. And if he doesn't win and he's not being talked about as a potential MVP candidate, then his cards are going to dip because he doesn't have a flashy athletic ability. He's now in his 3rd year. And so his cards are going to dip. Maybe if they make the playoffs and that's a chance for them to kind of reset and appreciate again. So I see this as a make or break year for Tua. I personally have bought into Tua last year when he was struggling and had missed a few games due to injury. I had some optic hollows, got them graded, got the 10, just sold it. So I 4x'd my money on that card.
What'd you get? You got the 200? You got the full 2?
Yeah, I got right at 200. I got 175. And you know what? I took it because the guy had good feedback and he paid immediately. I took it. I did take it because I have some other stuff that was catching my eye and I wanted to
you wanted
make a couple more plays. Yeah, and you know what? I'm not trying. I only had $60 into that card, so it was, I felt really good about what I got for it. And
you made me feel extra better about my purchase last night, and knowing that that card went for basically the same price as a Peyton Manning game worn PSA 8. That's crazy.
We got Trace Mcsorley in the chat, man. Shout out to our guy Josh Williams, dude. Great way to start the morning. Trace Mcsorley, man. I think he's going to get some playing time. From what I was reading, he's going to get some playing time. And I mean, yeah, Justin Jefferson. I mean, dude, are you okay? So would you rather have in the first round, you're picking at pick 5, pick 6, the middle of the first round, fantasy draft, single quarterback league. So there's not position scarcity on quarterback, position scarcity on running back and wide receivers. Are you taking Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, or Jamar Chase?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. See, I'm taking Justin Jefferson.
Wait, is it Dynasty?
No. But yeah,
Cooper
I see
Kupp.
what you're saying. Yeah, because Justin Jefferson is a
Cooper
lot
Kupp.
younger than Kupp.
PPR as well. Give me Cooper Kupp. That guy's like 10 catches, 100 yards every week.
Yeah, he did that last year, and he could easily do it again, man. He's probably still having breakfast every day with Stafford, and they're scheming up these super elaborate plays that get him open all the time. And Stafford's gonna sling it, man. They're gonna contend again this year with a harder schedule. I mean, Buffalo Bills Thursday night, week 1. That could very well be the Cooper Kupp show. I think there is a little bit more target competition for Cooper Kupp this year with Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson is a lot better than, in my opinion, than Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne. So I just think that there's more target competition for Kupp on the Rams versus Justin Jefferson against Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne. Plus, I really like the Kevin O'Connell signing from the Minnesota Vikings, bringing him in from the Rams should increase their pace of play. They should throw the ball more. And Kirk Cousins has a very good deep ball completion accuracy. And he's going to throw the ball a lot as well. Another pocket passer. They're pretty comparable, Stafford and Cousins, in a lot of ways. So it's a very close. Yeah, it's very close. I'm going to go with the younger guy that's been a little bit more durable, and I just think that Justin Jefferson is going to continue to ascend. And
I agree with that. He's a beast.
There's potential for him to put up over 2,000 receiving yards. I know Kupp was really close to that, but I'm just from a youth standpoint. I think I would go. I've been leaning towards Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I love Justin Jefferson. I don't love Kirk Cousins though, as you well know. I could get Kirk Cousins hater like tattooed on my forehead. That man has done me so dirty, so I have no love for him. But I do like Justin Jefferson a lot. I think, like if Kirk Cousins like gets hurt, right? Like there are some people who are really high on Kellen Mond from Texas A&M, right? Like assuming that kid even gets in there, like I don't think his stock falls, right? But like if Matt Stafford, he's dealing with like an elbow injury. If he gets hurt, who's throwing the ball to Cooper Kupp? That would be my question. And then if Joe Burrow gets hurt, what happens to Jamar Chase's production? So yeah, Justin Jefferson is a good pick out of the three. If you really think of it like depth wise and also like from a stats perspective, Kirk Cousins does throw him the ball enough for him to, 1,400 yards, I think, for his rookie year. I don't know how many he had last year, but he is ascending.
And Justin Jefferson is one of Cooper Kupp's top 3 wide receivers. They asked him top 3 Cooper Kupp. They asked Cooper Kupp. Justin Jefferson was in that. Speaking of,
how could he be though? His route running is clean.
Yeah, man, it's so good.
Stupid fast, and
he's got the whole package.
He's got the stats with Kirk Cousins throwing him the ball. What more do you need to see?
All right, so Tony Mancuso earlier said Zach Wilson looks the part this year. Is he more than just a flip this year? And then Bosquan Gaming said, which 2021 QBs are you high on? So that's part of Zach Wilson. So if you had to pick, like we basically put a gun to your head, Sean, and we said you got to pick between Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, or Davis Mills. I'm gonna maybe it's too difficult to pick one of those.
No, I could pick one.
Season. Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. Best season. I think Mac Jones will probably have the best season of that group. But who will be the best of the bunch? I think. People forget, like, not too long ago, Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be, like, a generational talent, right? And, like, I still think he very well can be. Peyton Manning didn't have, like, he threw the most interceptions. That record is still yet to be broken by a rookie. So it's easy for people to, like, hate on something in the short term and the roller coaster of emotions, but like, he's a number 1 overall pick. He's going to have the most chances out of all of them. Like, the Jaguars are his team. I want to say at least the next 3 years, right? Like they're going to ride him out. I think Doug Peterson is gone before Trevor Lawrence is gone. So yeah, like if you're gonna like pick one for a long-term hold, and you're like, I can hold it through the fluctuations and it could still have upside in 5 years, like yeah, Trevor Lawrence, I think.
He's also Trevor Lawrence is also a big fan of the hobby. You know, he was
So
there's
scoop
like
up his 101s quick before he gets them.
Yeah, he signed an independent contract with Topps and had that whole set produced with artistic renditions that his sister made, and he's been cited at numerous different like signing events, and he did like a box break or something with Card Collector 2, who's a very prominent figure within the hobby. So I know Trevor Lawrence, and kind of like, one of the reasons why I like AJ Dillon so much is because they are an advocate for the football card hobby. And so Trevor Lawrence has kind of got that going for him, as well as being a number 1 overall pick and such a highly, touted and scouted and graded quarterback from college. And now it's like a fresh start. So if anybody has a long leash in the NFL, it should be Trevor Lawrence. And there's a lot of ambiguity around what that offense is going to look like. And I did read that Trevor Lawrence, they didn't start Trevor Lawrence or Travis Etienne in the Hall of Fame game, but head coach Doug Peterson said that Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne will play a couple of series this weekend. So at home against the Browns. So that's exciting.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
I mean, look, I don't think the Jaguars are going to win very many games. Like if they can win 7 games this year, I would probably go a lot heavier on Trevor Lawrence, because that would be incredible. But like they play the Commanders week 1. So even as a flip opportunity, like if they smack down the Commanders week 1, you'll be able to sell your cards if you have Trevor Lawrence. But then they play the Colts week 2, so sell them fast.
So Van Jefferson, unfortunately, did suffer a pretty significant injury, knee injury, and after he had arguably his best practice as a Ram, and I'm thinking,
really,
he had surgery. He had to have surgery, man. So,
but I thought he was going to be back by week 1. No.
Let me see what the current status is. But with Allen Robinson now on the team, man, it's definitely going to put a hamper on Van Jefferson's target share. He's going to be more of a guy that's like stretching the defense, right? You put Van Jefferson on the outside and let him run wind sprints down the field to pull some safeties back, keep the defense honest. That'll open up a lot of stuff underneath and in the intermediate sector of the field for Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson. And so I think there is going to be spike games for Van Jefferson, especially down the stretch, and you still are talking about a playoff caliber team, reigning Super Bowl champs. So I think there's definitely going to be some spike games for him, but he's okay. Injured to the prior of the same season. I'm trying to see where his what's the current status of his injury, but I'm not. So yeah, I still think there's going to be some spike games, but I would probably wait and invest in him. Yeah, you could probably buy low in him right now, especially.
So how long is he out? I need to look this up.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I'm not finding it quick enough. I'd have to go to let's see, Van Jefferson injury, just do like on NBC Sports Edge. Okay, here we go.
Minor knee injury.
Still has chance to play by week 1. So he's begun knee rehab. He had a minor scoping surgery, a minor procedure. So there's still a chance. So I'm guessing even if he's not ready to go week 1, like maybe he's kind of eased out there, and by week 3, 4, now he's starting to get a better snap share. By the middle of the season, now he's back up to 100% kind of thing.
Well, I guess that's good news for this card. I have Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, Tutu Atwell could absolutely get some playing time. Yeah, it'll be
Well,
interesting to see.
preseason, he'll definitely be out there in the preseason now for sure, while they try and figure out who their new wide receiver 3 is going to be, right? So, and he's their return guy, and I got that card for I think like $100. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see
Interesting.
what it does. Yeah, I love the midnight parallels. I just bought it because I couldn't get like a Jonathan Taylor one, and it was the only one I could find on eBay. I was like, you know what, good enough. It'll fix my itch.
This question from James, I would say probably 70 to 80% of players have confirmed heads on their shoulders. There's still definitely quite a few players out there that don't have heads. Marquise Brown didn't have a head when he was going 100 miles an hour to practice the other week. Let's put that out there.
Confirmed heads. Yeah, I mean, but then the unconfirmed heads. That eats into your confirmed heads number right there. So,
Jet said, "Are we still considering non-serial numbered parallels short print? Seems like they are a dime a dozen, and with the ever-growing number of color parallels in the major sets like Prism, Optics, Select. Thank God Select got rid of the club level this year. They dialed that back at least, but they're still in retail. They still have an absurd amount of parallels compared to 2018, 2019. Can we still consider serial numbered parallels SP?
Can we? I mean, if they're like, I don't even know, because like you think like a case hit is supposed to be a big deal, right? But when they have like a million cases, does it really matter? Like, case hits aren't case hits anymore because there are so many cases. Mm-hmm. And I guess the same thing applies here with the non-serial numbered parallel. I don't know. It depends on the card, if you ask me. Like, Kabooms always have that Kaboom appeal, right? But if you're asking me, like, are they still considered short print kind of? I don't know. I don't really consider Kabooms to be super short print anymore. No.
I would consider them more of base cards now. Especially we talk about raw cards and skill position players. I'm looking at the short print parallels now as my base kind of entry level card. Like I look at a green Prism from Kenneth Gainwell as the base card that I would buy of him. I'm not going to buy a base Prism, a base Donruss, a base Optic of Kenneth Gainwell, even if it's for $1, just because talk about the tedious, aspect of listing cards,
selling that card.
Yeah, it's like, why not, push some pennies together, push some dimes together, some dollar bills together, and buy something that is color matched, that is on the box according to the website, a short print parallel as the base entry level card that you should be getting into. So yeah, great question and analysis here, Matt. Jets Crazy 87.
Completely agree with that. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. Curtis said, and I love this topic right here because sealed wax is such a good and long-term investment, especially for certain draft classes and products. Like imagine if you had a hobby box of 2017 Prism, Sean. Like that is like, I'd rather have a box of 2017 Prism than a gold bar,
But so not all sealed wax is created equal, right?
Yeah,
I will say
exactly.
Yeah. So you said 2017 Prism. Like if you're gonna make an investment in the hobby, like talk about an investment, a sealed case of 2017 Prism is one of those items that you would invest into, right?
Or 2020 Prism.
I guess, yeah. Well, that's what I was about to get into, right? So it gets a little trickier the more modern you get, because like there could be so much more out there than and we don't really know what those classes are going to pan out into. At least with 2017, like you're guaranteed with Mahomes, like the way his career is going, he's definitely going to be long-term hobby favorite, right? I mean, if you really if you want to talk even safer, 2000 sealed wax. I mean, you have Tom Brady's rookie year. Like stuff like that is probably what I would. I mean, you're gonna be shelling some serious money for that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Sealed wax. is kind of like a tricky thing. It's valuable until it's not, right? Like with anything.
Yeah, it's driven by the draft class and like the overall depth, the depth of talent. So I think 2020 is safe just because we've already seen enough from Burrow and Herbert. You know,
yeah. I mean,
not to mention like Jonathan Taylor, Justin
modern,
Jefferson, you know, T. Higgins, Brandon Ayuk, like all these other guys from 2020 class that are booing this product, that are making it value. Like, look at the price of a blaster box from 2020. It's $120. What I find interesting, Sean, is that 2021 Prism blaster boxes, last time I checked, they were still only let's get to football here. They were still only like 40 or $50 per. So there's a lot of box breaks.
Well, they printed so many more of them, and that's only over 1 year. Like 2020 versus 2017, even. I forgot. Someone in our Discord sent like the amount of rookie cards, I think, of or amount of product per year, right? Like just different sets in general, year over year. And I was absolutely mind blown that like from 2018 to 2021, it went from like 500-600 to like 800-900 different products / parallels, whatever. Like it was just an insane growth over such a short period of time.
Yeah, so definitely like better holds are going to be anything. Like I love 2018, 2019 Optic because those are noticeably more rare on eBay, like just in terms of single available listings for singles, the pop report from PSA on graded Optic cards versus graded Prism cards. I like the design of 2018, 2019 Optic better than Prism. I think those are good. Like a sealed product from those classes are still really good because you have really good athletic talent from both 2018 and 2019. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, if just talking about the quarterbacks, but there's also some really good skill position guys like DJ Moore and Nick Chubb from 2018. Then 2019, you could look at Nick Bosa and AJ Brown and Terry McLaurin and Kyler Murray. And there's a lot of talent in DK Metcalf in 2019 as well, just to hit on a few of the notable guys. So, and those, like you said, the amount of variation, the amount that they printed was before the modern day sports card boom of like COVID 2020, summer of 2020. So there's going to be a lot fewer of that out there. And good long-term investment. It's really hard for me not to open football card though. I can't do it. Like if you're a basketball card guy, then maybe you can buy football card product and not be tempted to open it. I have such a hard time not opening football card product.
Okay, so I actually have a good example of where wax can be not a great investment, right? So if you want to pull up, Andy, 2012, the 2012 class, at the time, very similar to 2020. You had Andrew Luck, you had RG3, you know, like these were like prime QBs in their early years, right? Like look at how much that hobby box costs now.
$1,200.
Maybe I was
that's a retail box too.
Yeah.
It's a retail box. There's very few transactions, but I'm finding
weird
retail.
Yeah, I was looking at like the tops one, but I don't know how much were they selling for MSRP like at the time.
Oh man, I wonder if if Panini would go that far back or maybe blow out cards. But yeah, I don't know if we'd be able to go that far back. It's a great question. Anybody out there in the chat, if you guys have insight on
I wouldn't be surprised if these are breakers that buy these boxes. You know what I mean? Looking for product to rip on their pages.
Whew, man, well that's awesome because you do get a chance to pull that Russell Wilson rookie card and first year Prism is always nice. So nice. So what games? So I give you my games that I've got my eye on tonight. Sean, what games do you have your eye on tonight?
All of them.
Yeah.
Sit there and flip through them. Are the Colts playing? If I'm not mistaken, the Colts are playing. I'll be watching that game.
Yeah, Falcons
Yeah.
at Lions. I'm definitely because
Tomorrow.
Dan
The
Campbell
Colts play tomorrow.
confirmed earlier in the week that he and the Falcons coach Arthur Smith spoke and they agreed to play their starters early in the game for at least a quarter. So that is cool. If we get a full quarter of first team offense versus first team offense and defense,
That
that
would
would
be
be
very
cool.
fun.
Yeah, man.
That
So
would be very fun.
that's exciting. Deshaun Watson is scheduled to start the game for Cleveland. He's eligible to play in the preseason unless his suspension is raised to a full season.
That is an absolute joke, but okay. I mean, good for the Browns. They want to see their guy out there. They're a $230 million man. But I mean, what's the point? Wouldn't you want to throw Jacoby out there and see what you have in your quarterback room? Because you know he's going to be out at least 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. There's so much controversy and things up in the air around that appeal process and the potential. There's even reports from qualified NFL insiders that there's a possibility he could start week 1 if there's some type of legal proceeding. I mean, it's wild, dude. Like it's so crazy. It's so crazy right now because this is just dragging out. Like, it's insane. So I can't, like, I'm avoiding his cards altogether and just, we'll see what happens. But I do see, like, the Jets at the Eagles. This is an interesting one because the Eagles starters, Jalen Hurts, are expected to play 1 or 2 series. Zach Wilson is scheduled for 1 or 2 series. So that.
Oh man, that could move prices. That could move prices right there. Because if Jalen Hurts comes out for 2 series and they go like 4 and out, or you know what I mean, like just punt it on both drives, not a great look.
Trey Lance is going to get some. So Green Bay Packers are playing at San Francisco 49ers, and Trey Lance is supposed to get some playing time with the starters, according to Kyle Shanahan. However, do not expect Kittle, Debo, and Trent Williams to be in that game. All proven veterans.
I pray for no injuries. No injuries till week 1, Andy. Let's just keep all the boys safe out there.
Yeah.
I would. Those usually suck. They ruin fantasy rosters. They ruin investments. They do a whole bunch. But yeah, I don't know. I know that the Colts are going to play some of their starters for a few series as well. And I think they said by the last preseason game, they want to do a whole half with starters in. I don't think it's worth it, if you ask me. I personally don't think it's worth trotting any of your starters out there until week 1. Because you're not playing for anything that matters. But I also understand the whole, like, you gotta do installs, you gotta have live, you gotta have live reps to kind of see what you're working with. But
the Colts. It says Matt Ryan is going to make his Colts debut and play maybe a quarter, maybe a little less, according to head coach Frank Reich. So that could generate some hype because he's already having an incredible camp with Pittman.
I know they're having a great camp.
Alec Pierce, the guy thinks he can skip out on the Senior Bowl, and my guy Ashton Doolin, who.
Oh, your guy Ashton Doolin, huh?
Yeah.
I think he's wide receiver 3 behind Alec Pierce, wide receiver 4 behind Alec Pierce.
Look at this. Ashton Doolin was an All-Pro last year. I don't know if you know that, but he was selected to the All-Pro.
Was he really?
Yeah, it was special team. All-Pro special teamer.
All right. Well, he's probably going to return punts, though, so think about it. He brings one back to the house at any point. Like, I personally find that to be, like, the most electric hype spikes.
Yeah, and in preseason,
watching a guy return a kick.
Even when Michael Pittman comes off the field, Paris Campbell comes off the field, Alec Pierce is probably still going to be out there. Ashton Doolin's still going to be out there. We'll see who gets. Yeah. We'll see who gets the targets and comes down with the ball. And I mean, I think that there's absolutely a pathway for Alex Pierce to make a name for himself in the NFL, and he's had an incredible camp. They're speaking very highly of him. We know they reached for him in the 2nd round. They drafted him.
Yeah, big time.
And he had a great senior year with Desmond Ritter in Cincinnati. Like, it was solid. Like, he was the clear target leader on his team. When he did have some target competition in Cincinnati, he didn't do so hot, but It's okay. You know, he felt that he did so good in his senior year, he could skip out on the Senior Bowl early because he went to the combine and ran a 4.41 and excelled. And he does have 90th plus percentile height adjusted speed score, 90th percentile agility and burst scores. So he's got above average athleticism. He's leaning on that.
Yeah. I hear most of his reps in camp, and I mean, I'm saying I hear as if like Frank Reich like called me and told me personally, but like through the grapevine, I've been reading that Alec Pierce has been taking almost all his reps exclusively with ghillie locks. So it should be Stephon Gilmore. I mean, I don't think people talk about that being an addition on the Colts defense enough. Like I still think he's one of the best corners in the league, but I don't know. He is kind of old, so
he is getting kind of old, man.
Yeah.
And I was watching some of those clips this morning. I was like, I don't know, man. Gilmore just looked like he's not trying. Come on, bro. Like Alec Pierce didn't really do anything that special. I mean, look.
There was a couple of nice ones, but there were also a couple where Gilmore shut him down too. So I don't know. It was a give and take. I think it's good that those two are running reps with each other, right? Like Gilmore, realistically, he might not be trying. Who knows? It is training camp for him. He's a baller. He's an all-pro. He's a Pro Bowler. He knows what to do when it comes down to it on Sundays. But it would be probably nice to learn as a rookie wide receiver what like a veteran corner does on any given play. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. That's the show, man. Guys, enjoy the games tonight. Go back, Roddy. We addressed that question earlier in the stream, so check that out, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the live stream. It was good hanging out with you this morning, Shant. Enjoy the games this weekend, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks. You too, brother, man. Happy Friday. Enjoy the weekend, everyone.
Peace.